This past year has been tough for a lot of women, particularly in midlife. There's been layoffs, there's been restructures, roles being eliminated or outsourced. And with AI moving so quickly, jobs we thought were safe, they're shifting too. But here's what I want you to know today: you still have options. But before we get into them, let me introduce myself. Hey, friend, my name is Quinn, and I help women over 40 create intentional income streams that support their freedom, their future, and their next chapter. One of the most powerful options, especially if you don't want to go back into corporate in the same way, is fractional work. Now, what is fractional work? Fractional work is basically when you use your skills and experience, but instead of working full time for one employer, you work part time or project based for several. It's flexible, it's paid well, and it keeps you in the game. So today, I'm going to walk you through a few platforms and communities that are connecting midlife professionals like us to fractional opportunities. And I'll break down which sites are best depending on your background. One really important thing I want you to know is I am not telling you this to send you into panic mode. This is about helping you pivot. Fractional work isn't just a buzzword, it's becoming a real lane for professionals who've been pushed out of traditional roles but still have incredible skills to offer. And if you start exploring now, you could be setting yourself up for a new kind of career that blends stability with freedom. So let's start with one of my favorite platforms. It's called fractionaljobs.io. This platform is simple and straight to the point. You'll find listings across marketing, communication, strategy, and so much more. And that's why it stood out to me personally because I saw opportunities that match my background in marketing communications and brand strategy. The site is growing, but what I love about it is that it's one of the few places really focused on fractional knowledge work. So if you're in marketing, communications, operations, or strategies, this is a good place for you to start. Now, if your background leans more toward technical, creative, or project based work, then listen up. There's a platform called TopTal, short for Top Talent, and they really mean it. They only accept the top 3% of all applicants. We're talking about software developers, designers, project managers, folks with deep expertise. Now, full transparency, getting in ain't easy. They put you through skill tests, interviews, even personality assessments. But once you're in, the opportunities are solid and often very high paying. Because it's not a free for all like Fiverr or Upwork, there's less competition and more trust between freelancers and the clients. And one thing I love, they handle the business side for you. So you can focus on what you do best, which is the actual work. But if you're just starting your freelance journey, this might be one to work your way up to. Build your portfolio first and then come back swinging. Next up is a platform called Graphite. Now, this one is for experienced professionals, especially consultants and executives who have been in the game for a while. Graphite connects elite independent consultants with big name clients. We're talking Fortune 1000 companies here, private equity firms, and other major players in the market. And here's something else you need to know: they vet hard. Only 1 in 20 people get in. The average consultant has 16 to 20 years of experience, often coming from top consulting firms or leadership roles at big corporations. So if you've ever thought, I don't want to go back to corporate, but I still want to work on some high level projects, this could be your sweet spot. It keeps you plugged in, respected, and paid. Next up is Fractionals United. Now, Fractionals United is a little different from the others that I've mentioned. It's not really a job board. Instead, it's a free community for people exploring fractional leadership roles. So, if you've ever been a director, a vice president, or an executive, this is where you're going to find your people. It's a space to connect, learn, and collaborate with others who are also navigating that same midlife transition into flexible, meaningful work. They've got webinars, podcasts, blog posts, job listings, and my own personal favorite, real community. Because let's be honest, reinvention can feel really lonely sometimes, but not here in Fractionals United. So check it out. And finally, let's talk about Quickly Hire. This platform was designed to match fractional executives, meaning seasoned pros like you, with startups and fast growing businesses. If you've ever said to yourself, I'd love to pour my experience into something fresh and exciting, this could be your lane. Startups often can't afford a full time COO or CMO, but they can bring in a fractional one to help them grow. You'll go through an application and vetting process, but once you're in, they'll handle all the administrative stuff so you can just show up and deliver your value. It's that simple. So let's do a quick recap of all the platforms that we just talked about. If your background is in marketing, communications, strategy, or operations, fractionaljobs.io is a great place to start exploring new opportunities. If you're more technical, creative, or into finance and project management, TopTal might be your match. It's perfect for experienced professionals who want consistent, high level freelance work. For corporate leaders and consultants with deep experience in finance, strategy, or marketing, Graphite connects you directly with Fortune 1000 clients who value your expertise. Now, if you're craving community and conversation around leadership, especially in this next chapter of your career, Fractionals United offers a supportive space full of peers, resources, and connection. And if you're ready to pour your leadership experience into something fresh and fast paced, Quickly Hire links seasoned executives with startups looking for fractional leaders to help them scale. Now, each of these platforms serves a different lane. So take a moment to choose the one that best aligns with your strengths, your goals, and this season of your life. The beauty of fractional work is that you don't have to choose between entrepreneurship and going back to corporate. It's sort of this in between space that lets you earn, contribute, and still have flexibility. Remember, there's room for every type of leader. You just have to find your lane and start driving in it. Now, I've dropped all the links to these platforms in the description below so you can check them out for yourself. So, my friends, if you've lost your job this year, or if you're just thinking, I don't want to go back in the same way that I left, fractional work is an option for you. This isn't just about replacing income, it's about reinventing how we work in midlife. I'll be posting more videos like this because entrepreneurship isn't for everyone, and I know that. And that's okay. Fractional work is a bridge. It gives you stability and freedom while you figure out what comes next for you. So if you found this video helpful, hit that like, share, subscribe button, and drop me a comment. Tell me which one of these platforms that you're most curious about. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.